All right, y'all. Today we're going to talk about what I wish someone told me when I was 225 pounds. This is a big one because for me, I've been ranging between 220, 225, 215 for the last 5, 6, 7 years. And the first thing I really wish someone would have told me is that I didn't have necessarily a diet problem or a weight problem. I had a consistency problem. So I would just constantly try new diets. I'll try keto, I'll try low carb, I'll try high carb, low fat. I would try high protein. I would intermittent fast, 1 meal a day. I'll try multiple meals a day, everything, right? And what I realized now is that I just wasn't consistent enough with anything I was doing. Part of that was because I was a little too restrictive with what I was doing, and it didn't allow me to be consistent because it was too difficult. Just at the end of the day, it was too hard. I would always rebound, I would snack, I would have dates, dinner, all that stuff, and it would bounce me off from my goals. And realizing now is that I never really had an issue with discipline or sticking to what I needed to do. I just had to actually stick to it long enough. So it's just an interesting thing because I feel like in the moment I feel like I'm working really hard. I'm tracking everything, making sure I hit the specific macros. I'm looking at the nutrition labels, and at the end of the day, every week it felt like I wasn't seeing any progress. Working super hard but not seeing any progress. So then you do that for 2-3 weeks. At some point I'm just like, yo, screw this. I don't care. Like, I want to eat. I'm hungry. It's not working. I might lose a pound or two, but I don't see any results. I don't have abs. Like, I'm gonna just eat, man, and I'm gonna reset. And then you feel like you did so well during the week, especially, and that's when you feel like you deserve it on the weekends. And that's another thing. So another thing I wish I told myself was that weekends matter just as much, if not more, than the weekday. Just because you're off work, or there's a football Sunday, or there's a brunch, it doesn't mean it doesn't count. Talked about this before, but weekends are important because you could be in a deficit for the entire week, and then when weekends come, you could overeat all the way back to a maintenance or a surplus. That's the main thing that I really wish someone told me, because once I figured out that all that matters is a calorie deficit, then I'd gotten to the calorie deficit, but I would have like a cheat meal on the weekends. With a cheat meal on the weekends, that really messed me up because I'm tracking it, but I'm not really tracking it. I feel like, all right, I did good. I'm in 1,800 calorie deficit every day. I'm just eat on the weekends whatever I want. And breakfast, lunch, and dinner would turn into 1,000 calories for breakfast, 1,500 calories for lunch. It'll be 2,000 for dinner, because if you have dessert, whatever, it's a lot. It ends up being a lot. So now you're in a deficit. Let's say you're in a 500 calorie deficit per day for 5 days, 2,500 calorie deficit, but then you're in a 2,000 calorie surplus for Saturday and Sunday. That already cancels it out. You're in a surplus for the week. And guess what? You're putting on fat. And so it turned out to me that if I just realized that every day matters equally, and I just need to not be as aggressive during the week, so that I could also just not be as aggressive on the weekends, and factor in a maintenance day, or factor in a high calorie meal while still maintaining a deficit, that would have helped me way more than being all in or all out. Because that was one of my biggest problems. I'm either all in or I'm all out. I'm either gung-ho, doing HIIT cardio, I'm doing every single thing, making sure I eat 1,500 calories, I'm doing sprints, doing work two a days and all that. And then when I burn out, or on my off days, I go crazy, and then it blows everything out the water. So yeah, I wish someone would have told me that during that time, hey, just tone it down, get in a 500 calorie deficit, and this is going to take way longer than you think. The time is going to pass anyway, so just make it happen. Get it done. That was a huge thing for me. That was huge. Another thing, motivation. So I would wake up some days, be super, super motivated. You know, I'll think, oh yeah, I'm gonna hit my goals. You know, I'm gonna hit 2 workouts today. I'm gonna do good. I'm gonna do perfect. And motivation you could do crazy things when you're motivated. And then when that motivation leaves, it's not so good no more. Because the thing is, when you're relying on motivation, like I would be super excited to work out. I would be disgusted by, you know, fast food and by high calorie foods. I would look at it like, oh, that's nasty. How could I eat that? Trying to be this high horse. And then when that motivation leaves, boy, out the window. None of it matters. I was just, I skipped the gym today. I'm gonna go tomorrow. I mean, I'm really just feeling for some pizza. Just one meal, not gonna be no big deal. Just one meal, it's okay. Eat it. Next day, don't hit the gym. One day turns into 2, turns into 3, turns into 4. Next thing you know, I haven't been to the gym in a week. And, you know, I'm right back up to my surplus. Whatever weight I lost last week, I gained back this week, and I'm right back to square one. Motivation is a killer. Okay, so when I used to seek motivation, I would watch the videos, you know, watch whoever it is, you know, the YouTubers, all the fitness guys, trying to make sure that, oh yeah, you know, I'm hitting my stuff. Everything I'm consuming is just fitness content to make sure that I'm in the mindset of, yeah, I gotta lose weight. I would be in that for maybe 2-3 months at a time, and then after about 3 months, life starts to life. You know, I'm working, I'm doing other things. Maybe I stop watching some of the fitness content. Maybe I'm interested in something else at the moment. Once it's not the center of my life, all of a sudden, I fall off the wagon. And then what? Couple months later, all the weight that I thought that I lost, I didn't even realize I gained it all back, because I was basing everything based off of motivation. My whole world was revolved around motivation. So once I became motivated in something else, like business, for example, or sales, or, you know, trying to, whatever it is at the time, whether it's, you know, video games, whatever it is at the time that I'm motivated in, that's what I put all my effort into. And then all of a sudden, no longer am I working on my fitness and my nutrition. I'm just eating whatever, doing whatever. And then I turn around and wake up and I'm 20 pounds up again. It's crazy, y'all. And I did that cycle for years. I'm talking 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Basically my whole life, you know? And not realizing that I didn't need motivation. I just needed a system. Because at the end of the day, if you have a system, no matter if you're motivated or not, you have no control over what happens. You just put it all into the system. And so I could not be watching fitness content. I could be focused on work. I could be focused on a relationship. Whatever it is I'm focused on, that doesn't affect the system that I already put in place. If I know I'm cooking on Tuesday and Wednesday, and I know that I have the food in the fridge that I'm gonna eat every single day, guess what? It doesn't matter if I'm motivated or not. I just eat the food, because I control what I'm chewing on, and that's all that matters. And if I know I'm gonna hit the gym on Tuesday and Wednesday, because those are my days off, and I want to make sure I go on Friday and Saturday, that's 4 days a week. Now I know, okay, I'm hitting the gym 4 days a week. So having a set gym calendar creates a system. So now I'm not just going, okay, I'll do 2 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 2 days off, kind of just guessing. No. What day are you going to the gym? Today's Tuesday. What does that mean? Are you hitting the gym today or not? Next week, Tuesday, are you hitting the gym or not? The Tuesday after that, are you hitting the gym or not? You should be doing the same things every day. That creates a system that makes it sustainable. And that's what I wasn't doing, right? I did not do that. So I thought, okay, well, I'm just gonna kind of work out today. I'm gonna hit upper today. I'm gonna hit lower tomorrow. I'm gonna take a break day. I'm thinking in today and tomorrow. I'm not thinking about the week. I'm not thinking about next week. It's a mind shift. It's a mind shift, y'all. A whole mindset shift. So now, a gym calendar. Okay. Mondays I know are always my off days. well, it's not. For me, Mondays aren't an off day because I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday from work. So I have to go to the gym on those days. So any day you're off from work, 100% those need to be your gym days for sure. So Mondays, I know I'm hitting the gym for sure, right? Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm hitting the gym for sure. Now, Thursday and Friday, I'm not hitting the gym because at the end of the day, or no, I mixed it up. Tuesday and Wednesday, yeah, I'm hitting the gym. Thursday and Friday, I'm not hitting the gym because those are my days off because I'm working those days. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, have a set gym's calendar. You should have it in your phone. You should be able to see where you're actually going to the gym. Yeah, this car loud shit. Yeah, that car loud. But you should see which days you're going to the gym so that you don't ever miss days. It doesn't matter. And then you could work around that. So let's say you have a crazy event that you know, all right, I'm probably not gonna be able to go to the gym this day. On that day, just swap out one of your off days for that day. So you already know you're always hitting the gym at least 4 times a week. So creating systems like that is how I shifted my behavior, because relying on motivation was not gonna work for me. And it doesn't work for most people, y'all. So that's how that is. Now, another thing that I wish I told myself, or somebody told me at least, back when I was 225, was to not avoid the scale. Huge. So I would kind of be scared of the scale. You know, I would, thought if I did good this week, then my weight should go down. But if it doesn't, I would allow the scale to kind of mess with my mood. Like, damn, I've been doing so well. Why did I not lose weight? And with enough weeks of feeling like I should have lost weight and not, then I eventually just became scared of even going on the scale in the first place. Because at that point, I don't even want to know. I just want to kind of do what I'm doing and then just kind of go in blind. Now, that's really stupid. Let me tell you why that's really stupid. Well, first of all, think of it like a budget. So let's say you're trying to start budgeting things and you want to start saving money into a savings account. Well, how do you save money? You have to spend less than you make, right? So if you're going to spend less than you make, how would you track that? Well, you probably got to look at your bank account. And that's what I'm getting to, y'all. So at the end of the day, if I'm trying to save money and I'm not looking at my bank account, I don't know how much money I have, but I'm just spending and I'm just hoping and guessing that I hopefully, am not spending more than I'm making. I don't know, because at the end of the day, how do you know how much you spent on groceries for the whole week or for the whole month? Do you remember? You got that all memorized? You know your grocery bill every month, every week for the whole month? You got that memorized? No, you don't. You'd have to go into your bank and check. Okay? Do you know how many times you ordered DoorDash this month? Probably don't know. Do you know how much you spent on gas this month? No, you probably don't. So y'all get what I'm saying. At the end of the day, if I'm not checking the scale to see the progress, I don't know if I'm actually in a deficit. Because you can go on a calculator like I did and see, hey, my maintenance is this, so deficit's probably that. Well, let's see if I can get there. But nobody can know my true deficit until I track it myself. So now I know that my maintenance is about 24 to 2,500 calories, depending on how much cardio I do. And I know that 1,900 calories is a 500 calorie deficit for me. I know that because I tracked it and I saw the amount of weight I lost per week on average. Now, the thing about the scale that people always forget is that it's going to fluctuate up and down. So I would weigh myself one day and the next day I'll be 2 pounds heavier. And that would ruin my whole day. I would allow the scale to completely ruin my day just because it was 2 pounds heavier of probably water weight. And that kind of affects me to a point where I don't even want to check the scale anymore, until I came to the realization that, hey, the weight on the scale doesn't matter that much day to day. What matters is the weekly average. So I could be super low on one day, super high on Tuesday, but it's going to average out for the week. So if when I started weighing myself 7 days a week, and I'll just take the median weight, now I know, okay, this week I was this amount of pounds. Easy. It's just data at that point. It's not an emotional roller coaster. It's just data. Oh, I'm a little high this week. Okay, it's probably a high day. Okay, can throw that one out. I'm still gonna write it down, but throw that one out. Okay. Now, if over the whole week my average was high, now I know. Okay, I wasn't in deficit this week. What did I change? Now I can logically think about it. Well, did I start doing less cardio? Did I start taking less steps? Or did I add some more oil to my meals? Did I eat out this week? Did they add extra calories that I didn't know about? I can now actually diagnose where the problem is. Can't do that if you're not tracking your weight. So if you're tracking your calories, but you're not tracking your weight, you're making a huge mistake that I made for years. And I wish someone would have told me that years ago. So I'm telling y'all now, okay? So at the end of the day, those are just a few things. There's a lot more. I'm gonna go into it in a lot more other videos, but those are a few things that I wish someone just told me back when I was 225, starting this journey. Honestly, 5, 6, 7 years ago, then I would be much further ahead than I am now. But this is why I'm telling y'all, and do this, okay? Start tomorrow. Weigh yourself every day in the morning when you wake up. Once a day for the next 7 days, and write that down. Do that, and then do it again next week. So 14 days of data. Tell me if your weight fluctuated up or down, okay? If it went up, that means you had too much calories for the week. If it went down, that means you're doing the right thing. Keep doing what you're doing, all right? Tell me how that works for y'all, and lock in.